Fuck, man. And I remember what it was. I wanted to give a clear gift. It was a very firm, simple gift that I want to be with my friends in such a life in which we can have adequate bodies to represent the whole of our experience, like truthful forms of manifestation. So my vision was that we would advance into the development of our faculties, that is, the purity of our minds, our capacities to observe subtle qualities, to move with our minds in subtle qualities and not be obstructed by objective reality, like by objects, by conceptual maps of reality. And I wanted thus to develop this method of finding unity with the objects of reality, in the sense that if this tree in its monumental nature, if the forest or the mountain is more adequate to represent what the complex of love that participates to the possibility of this moment of experience, if that is more adequate, if such a structure is more adequate than this imagination of my own body or my own individual being, then I should somehow be able to, with my mind, to really step into it and feel like it and feel the power of it, so as to have the resources or the language or the capacity to be truthful to the vast nature of the web of influences, or the web of, I don't know, energies or causes, or all the forces in my destiny that make the very simple quality of this moment. So I wanted to be able to produce such a practice that me and my friends, if we would advance into such an aspiration, we would create some kinds of dances, like we would be in very intimate knowledge of the associations that one creates. Like, if I want to represent the whole of the love in my life right now in this trunk, in this tree, and then I move, I create all sorts of webs of associations with the wind and the branches, like the branches like arms that stretch through space to reach to all my loved ones, whatever. But the idea is that if it's helpful for me to produce such kind of vision, and then my friends would be able to know it fully, like I would know their webs of associations and they would know mine, so we could actually share these and have them as a common ground of encounter, of meeting, and it would be like dances of contemplation, like dances of truth, where we would be able to share the life of vision of the other. We would be able to share this life. I remember also another detail of this possible vision of sharing contemplative bodies. Another aspect was that this is not happening in the territory of imagination. Like, it's not an object. If I find this monumental presence of the trees, and I am attracted by various aspects that are deeply adequate, like the morphologies of their geometry, like maybe they hold some very precious things, but they need to be observed in their subtle qualities. It's not like yeah, this art must be very well developed so that it remains in a capacity to discern subtle qualities and not to be confused with common forms of perception. This is an important aspect. And then, yeah, another type of outrageous vision that I had was, okay, if I decide that all of the beings I love are in their truth, in their essential state beyond time and space, are here, like I am with their love, then of course they would be able to communicate directly, truly, fundamentally with me in any way, in any moment. And of course they could just manifest through all of these wonderful bodies of our reality, no matter what they would be, artificial, natural, buildings, the sky or mountains, whatever. But I was advancing into the possibility of such a dialogue, and again, it's the same aspect of subtle qualities and the aspect of responding in indirect manners, meaning that it's not with my mind that I would decipher a meaning of it, like the wisdom of it, but I would like take it within me, in my body, and integrate it in my motions, in my state, in the caliber of my presence fully, like this branch moving. Like I would take the poetic aspect of its motions like this, and I would integrate it, and then like immediately I would have a vision of my life that accepts that all of these broken parts can have their poetic beauty. And then, let's say, this can be a translation, but it's not necessarily that this is considered the dialogue, that like these subtle dialogues is not what we can communicate through words. It's rather what we can embody as another web type of intelligence or presence that would give us another mode of being. Okay.